Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and salam sejahtera. I'm Nur Fatihah Soleha binti Draman 255539. I'm the first presenter of this presentation. Basically, collateral is really important as security in lending money because it can minimize the risk of loss to the bank. When the borrower defaults on the loan, the bank as a lender can seize the collateral and sell it to recoup its losses. So, stock and share are also known as a one of security to the loan. Besides, stock and share is really suitable to use as collateral because it is easy to create the application form, marketable and high liquidity. So, I will continue my presentation. Even though stock and shares is really suitable as collateral, it is also have several issues and challenges when applied in the loan. So, there are two objectives that can be seen in our presentation. First objective is to examine the issue and challenges in share as collateral, while the second objective is to propose solution to mitigate the issue. Next, I will continue my presentation with literature review. First of all, this slide will give quick idea about the topic that will be discussed in this presentation. As we see before, the first objective is about the issue or challenges when using stock and shares as collateral in bank lending. So, our presentation will elaborate more about the issue and what happened when using the stock and share as collateral, such as fluctuation of the share price, unstable value of share price, and more. This presentation also will discuss more about the second objective, which is the solution to mitigate the issue. Hence, there are many solutions that the bank can implement in order to resolve all the issue because it is really important to both parties, which are bank and borrowers. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Rubini, daughter of Muniandi, metric number 262088. So there are still many issues that the bank and borrower should encounter when using stock and shares as collateral in bank lending. And here I would like to emphasize the two main issues. The first main issue of using stocks and shares as collateral in bank lending is the fluctuations of share prices. The number of shares has been actively sold down in share market financing, prompting the banks to introduce tighter SMF guidelines. Basically, the margin of finance is capped at 60% on the underlying collateral. If share prices fall, the financial margin will rise above 60% and this leads the banks to make a margin call. When margin call is made, the borrower is required to top up the value of the collateral. If the borrower is failed to do so, then the bank will then have the right to sell or dispose the security pledged as shares. This is known as for sale, and this could also be one of the challenges which will be presenting by Muhammad Alif in detail later. My second issue will be the value of share prices is unstable as it depends on the economic conditions. The current harsh economic condition also poses questions about the outlook of bank earnings and quality of assets. Because of uncertainties emerging from the COVID-19 outbreak in the global as well as the local markets, it has affected the share prices. To be more precise, these securities, I mean the shares and stock, are unable to cover the balance of the unpaid loan if the value of the collateral production declines. Due to this phenomena, the borrower will default in the loan, causing the banks to face loss as the value of security is not sufficient to compensate for the value of the loan issued, and this will eventually turn the loans to become impaired too. Furthermore, based on the evidence provided, Graph 1 reflects the fall in share prices for Public Bank and Onglong Bank Berhad due to the global spread of coronavirus. Graph 2 depicts the lower GDP growth of Malaysia represent a real economic shock and could be the precursor to a recession of 2020, which causes the share prices to fall. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Muhammad Alif bin Abdullah and my metric number 263218. Today I would like to talk about the main challenge to bank use share as collateral for a loan. The main challenge is the bank officer will be face a dilemma for selling the share. We know that the value of share is fluctuate and unstable. When the value suddenly drop dramatically, the bank officer have to make an emergency call to the bank manager or the clients. So this is more difficult when the client did not pick up the bank officer call and the bank manager, the bank officer delay the date for selling the shares. We can see based on the Kenmark Industrial Core and Berhad, almost 15% entire payout of equity. Kenmark Industrial was placed as collateral. So the share of Kenmark Industrial is dropped dramatically, and there are several clients did not top up their margin. So the bank officer have to take the decision to force sell the shares, the Kenmark shares. From the case, we know that force selling happen if the margin of finance exceeded 16% or the clients did not top up their margin account. So this is regarded meaning of for sale.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. The solution from issue that I stated earlier is, first, bank can lower their margin of financing to the customer. Usually there will be two, which is the higher margin of financing or lower. During the good economic condition, bank will give a higher margin of financing, but during the economic downturn, bank will lower their margin of financing. It is because bank can reduce risk by giving a lower margin of financing to the customer. Next, banks can always asking their customer to top up their money to meet the minimum margin requirement. When customer cannot meet the minimum margin requirement, bank will make a margin calls to ask customer to top up their money. In addition, banks also need to always keep in touch with the customer and assist them to ensure that they will always meet the minimum requirement amount. Third is, bank need to strictly examining the share and the stock that customer want to use as their collateral. Before bank want to receive the share and stock, bank need to check the position of the share and stock in Bursa Malaysia, which is it good or not. It is because when bank receive a good share and stock as a collateral, the chances of loss will be reduced and bank will not having any difficulty from that share. Last but not least is diversification. Diversification is when bank ask their customer to present the different type of share and collateral for their loan. It is because when one loan decreasing or fluctuated in price, the other one might be increased. So it will help bank to reduce the substantial losses they incurred. In addition, borrower and lender will share same type of benefit and losses.
Hi everyone, my name is Oyisan and my metric number is 261485. Today I will discuss about the recommendation of our topic. In general, stock and share is a asset used as a collateral to secure a loan from a bank. Based on our perspective, the share and stock will be the good security for the most of the borrower because it is easy to crack and easy to value. However, we cannot ignore the issue that occur to the bank lending who are facing the risks such as price risk, fluctuation of price in the market. So we recommend that the best solution for the situation is by minimize the risk, which monitoring the share price by utilize the latest technology. Other than that, bank also need to analyze the performance of the share before giving the loan for the customer, because it may give the priority to the customer who have the good performance share to reduce the risk for the bank if the value of the security is false. In order to reduce the upcoming risk of using stock and share as a collateral, bank need to alert and monitoring the price of the share to ensure that they can keep a good track on the price of the share. So that's all from me. Thank you.